So Brett Veach has been likely working the phones in an attempt to see which receivers could be had around the NFL. And one player that is available via trade and is an attractive option for the Kansas City Chiefs is the Cleveland Browns wideout Amari Cooper. Now, we know the Chiefs have never been, keen on absorbing big contracts, so they would probably look for a reasonably priced veteran, and that is Amari Cooper. So if Cleveland continues to lose, Amari Cooper could be an attractive option because, first of all, his contract restructure has him playing on a minimum base salary. So Cooper, who's 30 years old, he entered the NFL as a first-round pick, 4th overall of the Oakland Raiders in 2015. Cooper, he stands at 6'1". He weighs 211 pounds. He's been a very consistent and productive receiver during his 10 years in the NFL. He has 7 1,000-yard seasons. He has 2 1,000-yard seasons with 3 different teams. Those teams obviously being the Dallas Cowboys, Cleveland Browns, and the Raiders, which speaks to his productivity in very different offensive environments. So during his career, he's accumulated 683 receptions, 9,634 yards, and 62 touchdowns in 144 regular season games. Aside from his production, what makes Cooper an enticing trade piece for Cleveland is his contract. Cleveland converted all but $1.2 million of Cooper's 2024 base salary into a sign-in bonus. So if Cooper were to be traded, his cap hit for another team will only be $941,000. However, if he was traded at the trade deadline, which is November 5th, his cap hit for another team will only be $605,000. Now we have to ask, does Amari Cooper make sense for the Kansas City Chiefs? And I say yes, because Cooper's contract makes him an extremely affordable trade option for the Chiefs, who currently have just $4.9 million available in cap space. He also fits that profile of an ex-receiver that the Kansas City offense has been lacking for quite some time, And he is an unrestricted free agent in 2024, which means that if the team can't come to terms on an extension with him, Cooper will be a short-term rental if we traded for him during the midseason, but I still love it. And he started nearly every game since coming into the league in 2015. And he's had 1,000+ yards in every season but 2. Obviously, those seasons being 17 and 21. Those 2 years were outliers where injuries were an issue, I think the Chiefs should trade for Amari Cooper. And that's even if Rashee Rice plans to come back. I think they still should make that trade for him. Still, because cheap contract, last year of a deal. He's motivated, and his skill set also blends well with Worthy and Rice if Rice comes back. So the Chiefs, they will make a move for a wide receiver. I mean, you got to understand how seriously that they're taking this three-peat. And Amari Cooper, in my opinion, it makes all the sense in the world. Cheap cap hit, expiring contract, and shouldn't have to give up too much. I mean, that's the best thing you can ask for, in my opinion. But we know the Chiefs are going to trade for a wide receiver. It just has to happen, And Amari Cooper and Darius Slayton, those are appealing guys. But this video is just about Amari Cooper right now. And with Rashee Rice, that's obviously suffering a scary knee injury, and Marquise Hollywood-Brown already on the shelf for the regular season, the Kansas City Chiefs are in a precarious position, Addressing the wide receiver spot is going to makes too much sense. And several factors make that easier said than done, obviously, because we're still the Chiefs, so it's kind of hard to just, trade, and it takes a lot, It takes finances and draft capital that must be taken into account. So we'll see what Brett Veach cooks up. But Amari Cooper just makes a lot of sense. That's like our chance right there. Now, the question is, would the Browns trade Amari Cooper to us? Now, that's another question right there in its own. But the Chiefs do have a wide receiver need, and it sounds like we say this every year for the past 3 years, but this time it really may be a need, and it's kind of concerning. I really want to see this trade happen, man. I really, really want to see it happen, but the next few weeks will be crucial. So how do the Chiefs move the ball without Rice and Hollywood-Brown? How fast can Xavier Worthy develop? I mean, the Chiefs, they just never been, like I said, keen on absorbing big contracts. So they're going to look for a reasonably priced veteran, and that is Amari Cooper. That is definitely Amari Cooper, man. He is a absolute beast on the field. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler. He made a profound impact in his first 2 seasons with Cleveland, scoring 9 touchdowns in 2022. and then hauling in 72 passes for a career high 1,250 yards last year. Now, to start off the 2024 through 2025 campaign, it's kind of weird, 16 receptions on 37 targets for 148 yards. But he's also dealing with one of football's worst quarterback situations. Now, talent-wise, Cooper can be a wide receiver 1 or something resembling it while having good success, And like I said, his prices is also a massive selling point. I mean, with just $1.2 million of his 2024 salary being guaranteed, it's just extremely easy for any team to fit him under the cap right now. So, the Kansas City Chiefs, we don't know what's going to happen at this point, right? Because they might say, we don't need a trade. Let's activate Nico Remigio, Montreal Washington. Let's activate Justin Ross and see what them guys could do. See if they ready to step up. And then we roll with Xavier Worthy and Justin Watson. You feel me? But I don't think that's what they're going to say. I think they're going to end up making a move. I mean, Veach, even if it's not the move we want, he did make a move not last trade deadline, but at that trade deadline when he got Kadarius Toney. And he made one last year as well when he got McCole Hardman back. So he's going to do something, but I don't know if it's going to be that splash move that we're always looking for. And it's been some names that's been listed as possible trade options, like Amari Cooper, T. Higgins, George Pickens, Christian Kirk, and DeAndre Hopkins. When you're a Chiefs team that's 4-0, you're chasing after a third consecutive Super Bowl, you need to keep it up. And you need to keep this team as strong as possible because there's other teams that's coming. There's other teams that's definitely coming. So, and T. Higgins being a name is kind of concerning because I doubt we have a trade. I doubt the Bengals have a trade with us. But the trade deadline is November 5th, so it's a lot of time. But Amari Cooper, man, he's available right now. The timing, it just couldn't be more perfect here. And obviously, things are still going swell for the Kansas City Chiefs. Like I said, they're rolling into Week 5 with a record of 4-0 in their quest for a three-peat. So they look very, very good. But obviously, the injury bug is starting to hit them. Rashee Rice, who's a stud, having to leave is honestly bad. So Worthy for now is going to have to step up into the wide receiver 1 role. And Travis Kelce, he has no choice but to be a key part of the offense going forward now. And we need to see that old Kels come back and carry this team because it's looking bad for our wide receiver situation, man. And I don't know. I definitely don't know. But we'll see. It's been your boy Chiefs Priority. And I am out, man. Peace.